Superb Declan Rice strike earned Arsenal a 1-0 home victory over Newcastle to secure a place in next season's Champions League. Mikel Arteta's side new victory in their final home match of the campaign would all but ensure they finish second in this season's Premier League. Newcastle, who could have overtaken Arsenal with a victory, saw their hopes dented through the absence of top scorer Alexander Isak through injury. The Gunners secured the vital breakthrough in the 55th minute, with Rice curling a fine effort beyond Newcastle goalkeeper Nick Pope. While the victory confirmed Arsenal's Champions League spot next season, Newcastle will need to beat Everton on the final day next weekend to seal their place in Europe's elite club competition. Mail Sports' Ison Khan was at the Emirates and rates the players from both sides. Arsenal clinched their place in next season's Champions League and ended a 5-match winless run in all competitions by edging past Newcastle United 1-0 on Sunday. The Gunners' poor form had allowed third-placed Newcastle to reel them in ahead of this encounter at Emirates Stadium. But Declan Rice's sublime second-half goal moved Mikel Arteta's men 5 points clear of their opponents and 6 ahead of Manchester City in 6th. That strike was only enough for Arsenal to claim victory after a sequence of superb early David Raya saves had kept the game goalless amid a bright Newcastle start. However, the visitors, without Alexander Isak due to injury, could not respond to Rice's 55th-minute drive despite a period of late pressure. Joe Willock passed up perhaps their best chance, while the final stages were played out inside the Arsenal box, where an ailing home side managed to hold firm. Newcastle's strong goal difference should ensure victory at home to Everton on the final day will still secure a top 5 finish, while the pressure is now off Arsenal ahead of a trip to already relegated Southampton. A winning afternoon in n5pic.twitter.com/stum4oik Arsenal, at Arsenal, May 18, 2025, data debrief, Raya heroics. Keep Newcastle at bay. Only against Manchester City in September has Raya made more saves in a Premier League game this season than his 5 in this match, and all of those came before the 20-minute mark with the game goalless. Indeed, Newcastle had 10 shots before halftime, the most by a visiting team in the first half of a league game at the Emirates since April 2022, as Raya was kept on his toes in front of a tense home crowd, but where the Magpies were profligate without Isak, failing to net from chances worth 1.6 expected goals, Rice was ruthless, rattling in a brilliant effort that ensured he and Raya would be the match winners. Lineups: Arsenal 11, Trossard, Partey, David Raya, Odegaard, Rice, Ben White, Martinelli, Saliba, Saka, Kiwior. Paul Merson has made a bold prediction regarding the potential sacking of Mikel Arteta after Arsenal's 1-0 victory over Newcastle. The Gunners secured Champions League football for a third consecutive season after a narrow victory over the Magpies courtesy of Declan Rice's 20-yard strike, but former Arsenal midfielder Merson, who was appearing as a pundit on Sky Sports for the encounter, gave his verdict on the Spaniards' future. He said, "Arsenal need a centre forward and they need back up in big positions.